Welcome everyone to Tabletop Anthologies. I'm Severian and I'll be your game master tonight. We're playing a new system never played before on Tabletop Anthologies, playing Mecha and Monsters Evolved from Gallant Knight Games. It's actually based on their Tiny D6 system. It's a rules light system. It's just modeled around getting stompy with mechas and kaijus. And we're actually playing in a bit of a homebrewed thing here. We've got set in the Cthulhu Mythos universe, a bit of a far future situation. So we'll get right into that. Here, in this universe, in this setting, the threat has always been there, lurking in the dark corners, just out of sight. Unimaginable horrors, plotting to devour, enslave, or entirely destroy all humans. Multiple alien factions have fought for dominance on Earth since time immemorial. Mass invasions and utter destruction of civilization has been thwarted in secret throughout the ages by the brave few humans who would stand against these forces. This changed with the calamity of 2050, however, nearly bringing humanity to extinction. No longer in the dark, monstrous hordes sprang into bloody action on every continent, fighting each other and killing anyone in the way. Most major cities fell within the first week, and the future looked bleak. But while defending the last strongholds fiercely, a new weapon was found that would change the course of this war. Massive biomechanical constructs emerged from the ground, all over the world. Using the structures as exoskeletons, along with additional weapons and armor, the resulting mechs were used to drive back the threat and establish safe zones. It is now the year 2100, and the remaining cities are safeguarded with help from courageous pilots and their mechs. Cleveland, Ohio, is actually one of the remaining cities, where we now join the trio of pilots and their mechs, known as the Iron Fury Squad. So sitting here in a briefing room of a military stronghold in the heart of Cleveland is where we meet our players. We've got Yancey Johnson piloting Gecko, being played by Hades, and I just realized I forgot to put your guys' gamer tags, or however you want to refer to those, so sorry about that. And then underneath me, we've got Drake Bauman. He's piloting Canis Vengeance, and that is Judge Wolf. And then we've got in the bottom right corner, Dionysus playing Kane Anders, and he is the pilot of Reckless Abandon. So let's start with Drake Bauman and go around, and each of you tell me a little bit about your pilot, and also let's get a description of what everyone's seeing sitting here in the briefing room, what your pilot looks like.
Well, I'm Drake Bauman. I got me 11 confirmed kills of at least gargantuan kaiju class or greater. About 5 kills ago, I soloed one all by myself, much to the loss of the mechs that we had, but my crew made it through. And so that's how I ended up getting promoted up to Canis Vengeance, a knight class. Now, if you're kind of taking a look around at the briefing room, I got my shades on, big bulky leather jacket, probably smoking a cigar, got a pre-kaiju fight and drink in front of me, and I'm ready to take charge of this crew and take them out into battle. Also, you might see a kind of look on my face that's kind of slightly a little bit of disgust, because I'm really surprised that Ohio made it through the whole 2050 revolution there, okay?
My name's Yancey Johnson. There's been a Johnson in every major conflict in America's history. We've been around, we've been in the fight. Someone close to me was stomped by a dirty kaiju. I have one goal in life, that's to kill all the kaiju. All of them must die. I don't keep track, I don't count them as some people like to do. That's not what I'm about. I'm about stomping them the way they stomp us.
All right. And then our third pilot, Kane Anders. Is it Anders or Anders?
Well, Game Master, Or is that, what's your rank actually?
My rank?
Figure that out?
It's your real
Yeah.
name.
Game master.
Oh, okay. Lieutenant Game Master Postman. It's Kane Anders. Thank you. I'm not as a hot shot here, like sun never sets on a badass, but I've got 4 confirmed kills, but I'll tell you what, Reckless Abandon and I will find him so he can kill him. Worked well with my teammates. Been bouncing around missions here with Gecko since my join date. Like I said, several missions together, mostly small strikes, ops, in and out, things like that. Taking them out and let the big guys come in and clear things up. Reckless Abandon and I, we've been together from the start. I was lucky to have it actually customized to how I wanted. So without further ado, let's say we kick the tires and light the fire.
All right. So those are our 3 pilots we've got with us today. And as I said, you're sitting in a briefing room in Cleveland. It's a heavily guarded compound that you're in right now. And the only other people in the room with you are your handler, as Sabrina Baker. And there's 2 other unfamiliar faces there. One of them wearing a lab coat is a young woman sitting there next to Sabrina. And on her other side is a gentleman wearing some sort of military dress. He looks like he's got a lot of medals all over his chest, and it looks like he's seen some action. An older gentleman. So as Sabrina begins the mission briefing, you've just recently arrived in this room. She looks at all of you and begins to say, "Well, squad, hope you're ready for some action. We've shipped your mechs here, and we found that there is some anomalous activity they detected in the deepest part of Lake Erie. There's been sightings of deep ones in shallow waters, even more than usual. And it's been forcing them to bolster the defenses along the lakeshore. Now, they say they've sent in a fleet of submersible drones and found that the depth of the lake has increased. There's new formations down there. There were images of a large cave captured that is not there on any maps that they have. There's some beginnings of deep one fortifications around the cave mouth, and we think there's some sort of creatures lurking around there that aren't necessarily deep ones. Our marine biologists claim that this may be aquatic life that's tainted by Dagon, so we don't really know what to expect. However, your
Look,
mission..."
I only need to know one thing, all right? Where they are.
Well, we'll get there. We know where they are. And she actually points to one of the monitors nearby, and it has a whole diagram of Lake Erie, and there's like a red target exactly where they've been scoping this out. Now, if you let me continue, your mission here is, of
Sabrina,
course...
I do have a question, actually. I do have a question.
Here we go.
Let's hold
Here
all
we go.
questions till the end. How about that? And she just kind of shakes her head and sighs because she's used to dealing with pilots.
Yes, ma'am.
We're not a. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Is to
again.
eliminate any resistance, which is, I know, the part that you enjoy. Eliminate any resistance. Enter the cave. Investigate the situation to determine if there is any further threat. We don't know what's in there, and we need to find out before we just bomb the whole site. We cannot lose Cleveland to the forces of Dagon. And we have carriers standing by to transport you over the cave if you want to drop in hot, or you can walk in from the shoreline. I'll leave that up to you. Either way, we do have quick extraction grapnels and heavy ordnance on standby. If you deem it appropriate, we'll turn the site into a crater, but get out of there first. So now, I'll open it up for questions.
Ladies
Go
first,
ahead
I
there,
said.
Kane. Go ahead.
No, it was a serious question, though, Sabrina. Lake Erie, are we sure that whatever's down there isn't just strictly from the result of the pollution that has grown for many years? Starting back in the 1980s.
The steel
Steel mill days.
Yeah, steel mill days.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I don't come around these parts, to be honest.
I think that's a possibility. In fact, some of those factories were known to use dark magics that was found. And some of that runoff could have caused part of this. We don't know what's out there, but we need you to kill it.
All right, yeah,
There was dark magic in Cleveland.
You all right, Yancy?
I'll be fine once we're on mission.
Yeah. So, Sabrina, I got a question now. Who's this ding dong over here pointing at the guy with all the medals on?
Right. So I was going to get to that next. This here
Will
is...
you open it up for question? All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Of course. This is Colonel Marcus McAllister. And on my other side here, this is Dr. Julia Boyle. Now, the doctor here, she's a scientist that will be able to assist you in any questions you might have during your mission or now. And the Colonel here, he will be on standby to provide the heavy ordnance. He'll be listening in on comms if you need any assistance.
Yeah, just one thing, Colonel. Don't get trigger happy if we're still in there.
Yeah, I will. You give the word, paint the target, and we'll send it in.
Listen, I know all of you brass like to get your medals. We want to get out.
Yeah, just let him be. Just let him be. They'll be fine. We stood up to worse than this. Come on now, Kane.
Just making it clear.
So on these monitors that I had mentioned that are all around the room, there's that map of Lake Erie that's showing the different pictures and things that they've captured on these submersibles that are, it's kind of going through a slideshow of those images. You can see that there's like very vague outlines in this deep water of a cave, and you can see all these sort of like lichen and coral formations that are around this cave. You would all be familiar with this as being Deep One fortifications. So the Deep Ones who follow Dagon, they build their cities out of basically organic material. So you can tell by these very blurry images that they are starting to grow fortifications out, and there's large things moving around in the background that aren't really, they don't have any clear pictures of those.
Doc, was it Boyle? Dr. Boyle? Was it Boyle? Sorry, brain's a little fried, but what was Boyle, right?
Yes, Julia Boyle.
Julia Boyle. Are we thinking some type of trans-dimensional teleportation going on down here at the bottom of Lake Erie, or what?
Well, that could be. There's definitely some sort of magic involved. They somehow terraformed, or it's very strange. They've increased the depth of the lake and found or created this cave mouth without losing any water. It's very odd. But from what I can make out on these images, there's large marine life that seem to be tainted by Dagon. I would expect them to grow in size and strength, and just be very careful because we don't know exactly what to expect.
Do you think in any Kaiju class down there, are we supposed to be smashing everything we come across? I mean, you want this area kind of cleared out before as we go down in?
Yes, that's up to Sabrina here, but if you could bring back samples, that would be great.
Oh.
And then Sabrina pipes up and says, "Now we're not trying to get any samples.
Yeah, we're not
trying
getting
to
any
destroy
samples.
the threat and determine if they have anything we can use down in that cave."
You goddamn right.
Now,
We
I
don't
know
know.
these mechs are airtight, but are they watertight?
They are watertight. We've tested your mechs and they should be fine under the water. We've also
Don't worry, Gecko. I'll be with you.
We've included your suits. We've included air canisters on your suit. Essentially, if you happen to have to get out of your mech down there, you should be safe for a little while. But it's not ideal.
How long do we have on air?
Well, I'd say an hour at most.
You talking
That's
first
in the
floor, or you
mech?
talking
I'm talking
yeah,
in the mech.
In the mech, you're fine. We've got rebreather systems that will indefinitely provide you with oxygen.
Understood.
And
You
as I
gonna
said,
download this? I'm sorry. Continue on there, Sabrina. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
as I said, there's quick extraction grapnels that'll be prepared up above on the boats that are commanded here by the colonel. If you need to get out of there quick, give us your position and we should be able to shoot them down to you. Hopefully there's no interference on those.
What's the
Why do you gotta say it like that?
One at a time.
ladies?
Go ahead, Kane. No, I was just
Great.
talking shit because I was wondering why she's got to say it like, oh, in case anything gets in the way, like we're trying to jinx things. You trying to jinx us?
Come on, this ain't your first
No.
rodeo with Sabrina. She's just straight and forward. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
Oh, you good.
I love you. Listen,
Now, will my missiles work the same way underwater? Do I have to account for any differences?
From what I understand, our technicians tell us that all of your systems are able to be used at this depth. You shouldn't have any issues. Although
That
you
includes
may-
communications.
As far as we know, we should be able to communicate with you just fine now. I'm sure you understand that these creatures sometimes have ways of disturbing communications, and down in that cave, I can't guarantee we'll be able to talk to you.
You gonna download this debrief into our mechs
Of
for
course,
later
as
reference?
usual.
I'd like to get a picture of this stuff just in case. There, I cut you off one last time, Kane. Just 'cause
hey, no, it's cool. It's all right, baby. Listen, what's the new depth compared to the natural depth of the lake, the cesspool, compared to what they've found now?
Well, the original max depth of Lake Erie was 210 feet. It's now somewhere around 600.
Holy shit! I was about to say my head would be poking out above 250 feet.
Exactly.
Now 600 feet. We
Last
just
time
now
we
noticed
checked-
this. We didn't lose the water level.
No. So as Julia here said, there's sure to be some sort of magic involved. I don't know if they created water on site or if it's being pumped up through that cavern. It's unclear. But they've started all of
The
this
water's
construction
unclear.
without-
We won't be able to see through it.
That is another obstacle. You won't be able to see very far in this water. I feel like
All
how I
right,
just-
Kane, are you done over there? Fucking Kane, you done being a fucking scientist over there? You about ready to go fucking kill some kaiju or what?
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to make sure your Canis Vengeance doesn't need some swimmies, okay?
How many times have we had a debrief or a briefing from Sabrina, and the shit worked out the way it went? Like, I mean, how many times?
But the mission's the same every time, and that's stomp or be stomped.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Let's get suited up and get the hell out of here.
Your mechs have
Let's
been
do it.
prepared, and you can launch whenever you're ready.
I would like a combat drop there if the colonel can handle that.
Of course we can. You show us on that map where you want to drop, and you'll be there.
I think right outside of the target area would probably be best, so we're not having to stomp our way through.
You got it. And he actually stands up and goes over to the map on the monitor and begins kind of like gesturing at it and says, "No, the main target site is right here. Do you want to... Which area around there do you want to be dropped?"
I want to
Well-
be wherever Yancey's going with his kitten cannon.
Drake, why don't you just hang tight? Let me get in there. Let me see what we see, and then you drop according to whatever that is.
No, not happening. We will drop out. You will drop closer. Me and Yancey can drop a little further away. That way you got time to get in there, but I'm not going to be far enough away that I can't reach you.
All right.
Kaiju. Rawr.
That's what we're facing today.
All right, so
I want to make a pussy joke, but
So out of character, you've got the cave is like right there in the middle of the map, like clock face wise. Where would you want to be dropped? I mean, or do you want to
is
do
there
northeast,
do you have a
southwest?
map?
Yes, we have a battle map. That's why I'm asking where I
Oh,
actually
okay.
need to plot you
Oh.
down up there.
I'd say put the city behind us.
Yeah.
That would be your
That's it.
south. That would be southwest of the cave. Then.
All right, let's go ahead and drop southwest of the cave. reckless, you get dropped in a little bit ahead of us, but
Yep.
you immediately stay stealth and make sure that you report back. Do not engage unless you are engaged. In fact, fall back if you start to get too much into it so we can get up there.
You know how I work, baby.
I know. Sometimes these mechs have a tendency to take over a little bit on us. You know what I mean, though? So
Yep. No,
Gotta be
I plan
careful.
on going in dark, cloaked, and then I'll
Roger
be hitting the
that.
scanners, and we'll see what we see.
all right.
So Sabrina now stands up, says, "Whenever you're ready, we'll get the mechs loaded into the colonel's ships here, and we'll meet you out there." And she
I'm ready.
begins to walk out of the room. So, do your pilots have any sort of pre-mission
Pre-game
rituals, or anything you're doing before you actually embark in your mechs?
Oh yeah.
Stretching it out real good.
Yeah, you know, Yancey likes to do them calisthenics. Really like it when he drops it low. Gets his ankle on.
Yeah, put my jam on and twerk a little.
Listen, make sure y'all have your victory cigars.
Yep. So I was about to say that's the first thing that happens. Tuck away that victory cigar, and then I head up to Canis, put my hand on her leg. Then I get up into the cockpit, and I actually kind of have like an almost prayer session with her. Right, talking to her without being jacked in. I kind of put my hands down, and once everyone kind of clears out of the area, so it's a really personal thing. I pray to to Canis. I tell her that let us be strong. Let us protect our fellow mechs. Let us protect our fellow pilots. Let's destroy the interlopers. Let's make sure we rein in our rage just a little bit this time. And it's always a constant talk, and it finishes up with thank you for being here for me. And then I get ready to get jacked in.
If the cores are evil, wouldn't praying to it make it wig out?
That's kind of.
Just feeding it, okay? Yeah,
That's
I would.
There's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I play too many Call of
I
Cthulhu.
would generally spend like a good 5 or 10 minutes actually sitting on its feet, just sitting there, just thinking about the mission. And then once I hit up into the cockpit, I'll just start talking to him, just like it's another person. As I said, do my standard ritual of getting ready, doing my checks, my pre-checks, checking the systems, and then, getting ready to drift.
What about Yancey? Anything?
Mine's not the opposite of Drake there, but some more I enter the room, whichever room where Gecko is housed, and kind of stare at it for a moment, knowing that its unholy connections about to be made into my mind. I just mentally prepare for that, and then go in and start checking systems like Kane just said.
So yeah, you enter this big carrier that they've got onto. It's actually a hovercraft that they've loaded onto the shore, just off the shore inside of the city. So let me back up even more. Cleveland itself, it's not recognizable anymore to modern day Cleveland. It's a stronghold of the city. It has a giant wall around. Yeah, thank God. It has a giant wall around it. It's a booming city. Lots of people thriving inside, and the outside is just a blasted wasteland. Lake Erie is not too bad looking, but they've got a shoreline that's just a whole bunch of artillery and defenses out there waiting for a deep one attack. So you've got your mechs loaded into this large hovercraft. It's departing out onto the lake. In the belly of it, there are your mechs in this hangar where they're kind of just hanging up there on these frames where they're ready to be dropped down underneath from the bottom of the hovercraft. You're now inside of your mechs. You've done your pre-game ritual sort of things. You flip on all the switches, make sure the systems are good, do your rituals. It comes across the screen, all systems nominal. and then tendrils lash out as usual every time you embark from various ports. So each mech is a little different, but various ports and places within this mech, these tendrils lash out and connect with you in these openings on your pilot suits that are made that way so that they can sink into your skin and connect with your nervous system. And it's painful. Every time it's painful, physically, mentally, but you withstand it for the good of humanity. So you get ready. You're able to connect with each other now. Communications, all systems online. And you feel that you've gone over across the lake now. It's not long before you're over top of your drop spot and you hear the colonel come across the comms. You boys ready?
The drop.
All right. Dropping. 3, 2, 1. And there's this loud, heavy clunking sound as the grapnels and everything release, and you're just plummeted into this lake. There's a small little thrusters that are used to accelerate this drop, so that you're not floating down, very slowly. They're quiet thrusters though, but you reach the lake bed rather quickly. And I forgot to preload the scene, so it might take a second here to load this.
I superhero land.
Let me put your mechs down here.
Are you wearing Adidas
Besides-
pants?
I am.
If I see your mech, it would open up a crater.
Just go straight through the floor.
So the way I understood is that you wanted to put Reckless Abandon out further a little bit, and Gecko and Canis Vengeance further back, right?
Correct.
Okay. So how I'm going to play this is you can see that 2 of you guys are in the corner here. You're further out than the map extends. Reckless Abandon is right here, actually on the map. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
And just
What's our-
basically
what's-
it'll take 1 move action to get onto the battle map for you too, if that's how you want to play it.
Yeah, I basically want to be within 1 move of him.
Okay. I'll actually put you over here a little bit so you can see this more. So Reckless Abandon, you're able to see this better than the other 2, but you drop down, reach the bottom, and I'm going to change up the music a little bit here. You can see almost nothing around you. So your sight is very limited down here in these murky waters. You can see there's a lot of large rock formations. There's one in front of you, actually. It seems tall enough to block your view. You can see a lot of little fish around here that have, sort of bioluminescence going off of them, like these ones here. That let you see
Nuclear
a little
walleye?
better. Something like that, yeah. They have an unnatural glow about them. And then over here in the middle, all of this stuff you can see is all deep 1 growth. It has this sickly glow coming off of it, and there's a lot of weird corals and tendrils coming up out of the ground, a lot of strange large barnacles, and you can see that cave mouth there in the middle. Other than that, everything else is just so dim and murky, it's hard to make out anything. You do have large lights equipped on your mechs if you want to turn those on at some point, but those will absolutely give you away. So I'll basically just let you go ahead and explore. You can move 125 feet at a time. That's the standard move action. So if we're ready, I'll go ahead and unpause and let you do your thing.
I just want to say real quick that I'd be using my hollow emitters to disguise myself, make myself less noticeable.
Okay. And does that require a test?
I don't believe so. Let me...
Action. Make a test. If you succeed, your next attack test gains advantage. That's what your holographic emitters do. So just tell me right now what you're doing with them, and then if we enter combat, we'll make a test for it.
Basically, I'm making myself look like an oversized fish or something that'll more easily be glanced over than a robot walking on the floor of Lake Erie.
Okay.
I'll be keeping keeping my laser sword, my giant sword, kind of put away because I'm sure it would be the brightest light around, and I'll have my axe and shield ready to go.
Okay.
So, let's see here. What do we got going on here? All right, let me zoom now that the game's not paused anymore. That's good.
As I'm getting dropped in, before I get dropped, I will be letting everybody know. All right, y'all, I'm going dark, and I would look to reckless abandon, and I would activate my cloaking. And from that point, before he even dropped us, actually, no, never mind. Disregard. Once we hit the ground, I'll start talking what I want to do.
Oh, you're on the ground, buddy.
Yeah.
So,
Go ahead and make a advantage test for your cloaking. That might be the wrong roller.
okay.
Do that again. It should be the tiny D6 roller from the companion.
Oh, I see it. Advantage. I gotcha.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. All right. So once I hit the ground, I would say, reckless abandon. We have a touchdown, and the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of glance around the area. So all I see right now is these large rocks, right to my north. Is that how we're going to direction this?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you zoom out, you can see the other things that are illuminated around there, like some of those fish I mentioned and the actual cave opening itself. But other than that, everything else is just very dark.
All right, boys, listen up. We got some big rocks here to the northwest, but just keep your eyes peeled. There's a lot of bioluminescence down here, so don't get jumpy. Doesn't look like it's actually part of Lake Erie. Maybe they mutated or some shit. And so I'm activating my long-range scanners at this point.
Okay, long-range scanners. So go ahead and make a test with advantage for that.
And that's the tiny D6 as well.
Yeah, all of
Yeah,
these are going to
all
be
of
the tiny D6.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Oh, there you go. About fucking time.
Thanks.
That's weird. It was your roll is not showing up. Oh, I see. Yeah, the way I set up
It's
the
probably
overlay, you
too-
can't
too
see the
high.
roll too well. Wow, that's a really good roll though. You got 3 successes. So can't quite see it on the. Let me switch over to the other screen just so the audience can see it here. So that last test he made was with advantage. So in this system, you roll a number of d6s. If it's a standard test, it's 2d6. Disadvantage is 1d6. Advantage is 3d6. Anything that's comes up at 5 or a 6 is considered a success. So in this case, he got 3 successes. There's not really a degree of success in this game, but in some cases, I might include that. So you succeeded with your search action using your long-range scanners. Is there anything in particular you're trying to search for?
Yeah, any life that doesn't belong in Lake Erie.
Oh, there's lots of it. So there's all of these bioluminescent fish that are little schools of fish that are swimming around. You can tell that there's magical taint of Dagon coming off of those. You're gonna laugh every time I say the taint of Dagon.
Dagon's magical taint.
Yeah. There's a number of deep ones of different sizes around this cave mouth. You can see that some of them are rather small groups of deep ones that will be absolutely no threat, but then there's larger ones like this guy here I just pinged. Those ones are a bit more of a threat. They're probably about waist high to your mecha, and they look like they can do a little more damage. If there's, because of the long range scanners and that success, basically if there's any particular things that you see on this map that you want more information about, just ask and I'll give you something.
Yeah, the tentacles that we see.
Those actually look non-threatening. They look like more of like structures.
Okay, and do I have an accurate number on the On the dark or the strange ones or whatever they're called.
The strange ones. The fuck out of here.
The upside down animals.
The deep ones, you
The
can
deep
see
ones, thank you.
that there are 5 of them. Yeah, 5 of them.
5 of them, and then the little guys. How many groups
Yeah.
of those? Because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
A lot
More.
There's around 10 of them. But again, those ones are, if anything, they might slow down forward progress, but they don't seem like they're going to be able to do any damage to you. These things right here,
Barnacles.
very large barnacles, but with your scans, you can tell that those are some sort of a threat. It looks like your scanners have picked up that they have some sort of projectile systems within them that can launch out some sort of organic missiles.
Okay. So
Short range, that is, from what you can tell.
all right. Let's see here.
Mac Laster, this is Canis Vengeance. Be advised, we've touched ground. We have eyes on this cave mouth into the approach. Gecko, this is Canis. Go ahead and keep rear guard on me in case something pops up here. I don't want you out front.
So you guys would see what I'm seeing then after the long range scans? I want to make sure before.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we can see the cave mouth. That's about it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Iron Fury.
any sort of you've got systems that can really connect and send information back and forth instantaneously. So any sort of information you're picking up like that, you're able to send over to the others right away. You are also detecting, after you've gone down this list of all this information you've pulled up, you realize that there's something that doesn't match up quite with what you're seeing here. There's something, maybe it's in the cave. There's a very large energy signature.
Iron Fury, listen up. Initial scans, we got 15 bogeys. About 5 deep ones, 10 little guys. Those won't be an issue. Keep your eyes open. On the outside of the cave, a couple meters out, they look like barnacles, giant barnacles. They have projectiles. Watch yourselves. Also, just to be advised, I have something on my radar, and it's huge. I have no idea what it is. It's just giving off some energy.
Let's go.
So keep your eyes on a swivel. Let's do this.
About to get number 12.
I would like to move. I would like to use my flight engines and kind of hit up onto the top of this rock to make sure, as I move, just to kind of get a better, different location from these guys.
All right.
What's the range on far-reaching weapons? So there's 3 different ranges, right? What's the meter or the feet for the weapons?
With ranged weapons, I don't think I put that in the rules reference. I'm basically going to say that anything on this map you can hit.
All right. Yancey, you got your rockets ready?
That's 10-4, good buddy.
All right, we're going to start moving forward and see if we can get an eye on what this energy signature was.
I'm gonna shoot up to the north of him. Probably about. It won't let me off the rocks, so otherwise I'd say.
There you
Need
go.
you to move me. Thank you.
Am I picking up motion up here to the northeast?
Yes, you are. It's a school of fish that are giving off a weird bioluminescence. Those are the ones that I said definitely have a taint of Dagon.
School of fish. Jim.
Another large rock display just north of my position. Head up and around.
All right, I've lost sight of you on sensors, so make sure you're keeping in communication where you're at.
Understood. Just south of Yancey.
I got you on visual now.
All right,
And
we're gonna have
just
to
Games
roll.
pod.
We're
Games
gonna have
pod.
to roll for initiative.
I was gonna ask right before you paused it. if I noticed that those fish were like coming up behind him.
Yeah, you do. And he got a little close to them, so he definitely noticed them with that cloaking roll that he had. So we're gonna roll for initiative.
Standard roll, right?
This is, yes, just a 1d6, I believe. Or sorry, 2d6. Each of you roll a standard test.
Me and Hades are splitting the field, or splitting the uprights. I'll
Nice.
fucking die on two.
You all succeeded. So
Yeah, baby.
the way it goes in combat in this with initiative is players who got successes go first, and then the opponents, and then players with no successes. You all got successes, so you all three get to move first. And we're entering combat because this school of fish here turns and basically notices reckless abandon. It starts rapidly swimming in that direction, but you all get to react first. So we're entering combat.
Kane on your 6.
Roger that. Looks like we're gonna have a fish fry tonight. I don't know what it is, but they don't like me. So which one do you guys want me to go first?
I don't have visual on you right now, so I'm gonna have to move forward. So just take that target out as quiet as possible with the holes. Oh, God damn it! You're supposed to be stealth, boy.
I am. This is Lake Erie. I don't know what kind of fish are down here.
Goddamn night chassis, and they didn't see me. What you doing up there?
Gecko, you got a shot? I gotta turn around.
Make sure
If I-
you conserve
if I
your
use-
fuel and ammunition, boys.
If I use my missiles, we're gonna be spotted from up ahead. I'd use melee for now. How far on this map can I move with a standard move action?
So one move action will get you 125 feet.
Also, gentlemen, I'd like to remind you of the basic equipment that you have. You have basic weapons, which means you can do light ranged or light melee attacks. So it's just part of your inbuilt systems. You don't have to try and use one of your specialty pieces if you only have equipment that'll use fuel.
The light ranged is considered like the Gatling guns, right?
You could be picking up. So according to the rule, and I am not the GM here, so
No, you're explaining it, right?
Okay. That could be you either using rocks, you throwing rocks, you having small machine guns, Gatling guns, little missiles, whatever. It's not dictated in the rules. You could literally be picking things up and throwing it at.
Alright.
So that's up to you. How and again, sorry, GM, if I stepped on you at all.
No, you're good. And you can make heavy melee attacks from 2 ranges away, or
Correct.
yeah, from near away. So basically 2 spaces away.
It's at disadvantage, but it has to be a heavy. You don't have heavy built in, and the heavies are at disadvantage if you're the one shot out.
Okay.
So it's like Gecko's going first.
I'm not excited about this game at all.
At close distance, I extend my retractable blade on my wrist and I'd slash into the fish.
All right. So retractable blade. That action is perform a proficient heavy melee attack test, and this attack's damage ignores anything it reduces damage.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, dang
so
right.
go ahead and roll for that attack.
Standard.
It would be disadvantage just because of the distance on that. All right, so you move up and you slash just over top of these things. They're just moving around too quickly, and you weren't able to get quite in range yet. Who's up next?
I will be. And since we have 2 actions, movement is considered 1. I'm going to use my flight engines to go towards that fish, and I'm just coming in with my fists, and I'm going to be grabbing and squishing or punching at these things as I go in.
Okay.
So is that just going to be a standard roll?
Yeah, that would be a proficient light attack.
Music's good choice there, GM. By the way.
Thank you. It's all white pad audio.
Yeah, always. We should just see if they'll give us an official endorsement.
So that was a 0. So these things are fast, guys. I missed every single one of them, and I came in hot.
Yeah, they're slippery like fish.
Yeah, you run up and go to just like smash them, and they all just disperse and then come back together. Were you moving your mech up to them?
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
All right, so I guess that takes to me. So I'm not having these guys in visual. I start moving. So I think that's 6, right? Would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
250, right?
I thought you said
Or was it
125. Sorry,
125.
125. So that's
yeah, 5
5
spaces.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in there. There you go, boy. So as I come running around these rocks, right, I kind of scoop up, like digging with my free hand, because I got my big shield in the one, and I let that axe retract. I scoop up with a handful of basically projectiles, and I reach back and I throw them as hard as I can at these fish.
All right.
That's just a standard attack, correct?
Yes.
Range light. Oh man, we are not doing good this first round.
Natural.
So
Yeah, if we can't beat fish, we should probably get the fuck out.
So I
Have a
grab
minute.
Enough for today, gentlemen.
and I swing, and it's just, I guess maybe I was worried about hitting Gecko. I didn't want to get a reckless abandon. Excuse me, I didn't want to get too close to him, and I tried to. Hopefully they swam to the east or west just a little bit. They just, like a shotgun of rocks just goes through the water. It misses.
All right. So that's all your turns. Now the fish and deep ones and everything is up now. So these fish right in front of you, reckless abandon, they just basically swarm around your mech. So they're on top of you, just swarming all around you. You see these lights like flittering past your viewports and everything, and you're noticing that they're messing up some of your sensors. You're getting indicators that your aiming systems are starting to get blurred, and you're getting some disturbances in multiple systems. But no actual damage is being taken. But you are lit up like a Christmas tree right now with all of these fish flying around you.
He's marking target, boy.
Boys, they're fucking lighting me up. I don't got eyes on anything. My systems are going haywire. I don't know if they're lighting us up as a beacon or if they're just trying to confuse me. Keep an eye on our 6 too.
All right, so
Stand
disregard
still.
all of these rolls. But I don't have any other way
that's
to add them.
Fucking
so.
terrifying. Oh God!
They keep rolling.
There's a
It was
few
like
enemies
a
down
bucket
there.
of dice that had a.
Holy
What
shit!
You have any dice left?
So not the meta game, but I feel like more than these fish know where.
Can I get those quick retract hooks down here in ASAP, please?
Escape grapnel, go.
While you're doing that, Doug, for a quick question, would it cost me an action to light up my floodlights now?
No, that's just flipping a switch. I'll let you turn that on.
Yeah, the minute that these things start marking reckless abandon, it's over. So just like, in fact, I'm trying to make myself more of a target now.
Okay. Just gotta move a couple guys around here.
That's all right. Yeah, you're good. I just
Enemy's
sorry
turn,
to
turn
interrupt
is
you.
gonna be taking a second.
Got like 600 of them to go through.
As he moves everybody, he's like, the enemy's turn is in a minute.
Yeah, the neutral murderers have to go first.
Alright. How's the music? Is it too loud? Good volume?
It's
No,
perfect
we can
for me,
adjust.
man. It's great.
Let me check the stream.
Just then, the music bottomed out.
Yeah, you might want to
Good
knock it down just a little on the stream.
Yeah, a touch on the stream.
Yeah, Dagon's taint.
Alright, there we go. Turned it down just a little bit.
Okay.
Alright, you guys need to kill some of them so their turn doesn't take so long.
I don't like the way you talk to us about that.
Yeah, I'm not really liking
like-
that Sabrina Baker.
It's like when you're playing
Mac-a-laster.
Civ and it suddenly takes longer for the enemy's turn.
So is Boyle and Macalaster, are they also descendants?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume my character's still alive then, if everyone else gets a descendant.
I'm going to assume that you just never made a baby. How about them apples?
It's likely. He was a loner.
Yeah, he's not as handsome as your ass.
Mm.
Okay. You guys are up now.
I'm gonna go.
Kane, stand still. I'm gonna slice at him.
Don't you mess up the paint.
So I would, if I use a focus, would that bring me up to a standard roll without closing any distance?
Yes. Yeah. Well,
All right.
no. Because in this game, disadvantage always overrules everything else. So even if you have something that says advantage, if you have something that applies disadvantage, it goes with disadvantage. It's like explicit in the rules.
Okay, and I'm still at a disadvantage where I am compared to him.
Yes, because it's not an adjacent square.
I move up a step. I tell him to stand still, and then I slice at the fish that are trying to jam him up.
All right, roll that attack. No good. They're just all moving around so quickly you can't land a hit on any of it.
I said stand still, Kane, and
I ain't moving.
I'm slicing all around him, hitting nothing but water.
All right, who's next? And I'm trying to get your lights turned on here, Sean.
All right, I got a better field of view. Thank you.
I'm standing still. I'm actually, and I don't know if this will count as a action, but I'm killing my cloak, and I'm literally just standing still. And anytime any of the fish come through, since I'm kind of swarmed around them, I'm just cranking up my Gatling guns and just letting the bullets shoot out. And if any of them swim through, hopefully that's what I'm trying to go for here.
Okay, so it's just a standard test, basically a light ranged attack.
Man.
You're just spraying bullets all over the place in front of you. They're spattering off the ground, creating clouds of dust in the water. But none of the fish are getting hit.
These guys are slippery. I can't hit shit.
Are y'all fucking around up there? So as I yell that through the comms, I bust out my plasma sword. Or is it the big? Did I take the plasma sword or did I take the big sword?
Big glowy sword.
Big glowy sword, yeah. So my plasma sword, just to light it up, it starts bubbling due to the superheating the water, and I level it out at this school of fish that seem to be coming at me. I have these blasters that basically pop up out of my arm. The first thing I do is I kind of aim in. I use the focus action for my first action, and then I let rip with a stream of bullets through the water.
All right.
So basically, that should be a standard attack still, but success on 4, 5, or 6.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and okay, so the focus, I forgot for a second what that does. I was thinking it changes it. So going back to what Hades was saying, I'll go ahead and retcon what just happened. Because you rolled a 4 there, you were wanting to focus and then attack, right?
Yeah, but I ended up moving and attacking unless you want me to move back.
Right, I'm saying yeah, you can, if you want to move back, I'll allow that to have worked. Yeah, there you go. All right, so actually that school of fish up there, sorry to interrupt you. Well,
just to make sure you would,
on that.
You said the reason it didn't work was that the disadvantage overrides. Is that not true?
Right, but you would still roll at disadvantage, which would only have been the 1 die, which the first one you got was 4. So focus makes it so that a focus action makes it so that 4, 5, and 6 count as
But
success.
the disadvantage just drops my dice pool.
Right. So
Okay.
we're learning a new system here, so we're gonna have these little hiccups sometimes.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
So, Hades, tell me what happens with those fish.
So what happens is I told him to stand still. I focus for a second, and then I slice just across his surface where they're kind of focusing to mess up his scanners, and I slice through some of them.
All right. You slice through all of them, actually.
So I slice through, and it gets all of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe there's a couple that are remaining, but they swim off somewhere else. They're all dead. And now back to Canis Vengeance. Go ahead and tell me what happens to those fish that you just aimed at.
so my wrist blaster basically pops up over the plasma sword, and I level out. And I'm a over 200 feet tall, so these bullets are probably like 50 cal bullets, and I'm just as I fire off this little fish and just pound, punching the water, punching the fish, just all this black leaking out of these things as they kind of flutter down to the ground, and I'm just like already starting to breathe harder. Yeah, let's do it! Come on!
All right, so that's another swarm of fish dead. Let's see if I can find them in a combat tracker. There we go. Okay. So now back to the deep ones.
But are the deep ones prepared for this? Hacha! Hacha!
They were not. I defeated them.
That's all it took. Sweet.
You could say they got catfished.
Hello, Distals. Welcome.
Good to see you, Distals. What's so
Welcome,
loud? While
Distals.
the door,
We're playing-
Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You're fine. I'm moving some
No,
tokens around here.
please.
Talk
Please.
while I move these
Okay.
tokens.
Because otherwise you're going to stop moving. All right, gentlemen, listen up. We got a lot of inbound. All right, make sure that you're setting up covering fire where it's plausible, that you can keep a lane of fire open and take a lot of attacks during that time. All right, let's make sure we move back together. We are close together. We can help each other. All right, do not get penned up. If you see whatever was making that big energy signature, you let me know.
Roger that. Again, I don't know if they were attracted to my cloaking device or what. I might go dark again, and if it happens again, we'll know. And so, Reckless
So,
Abandon once again goes cloaked.
Well,
And-
it's not your turn yet, buddy. He's still moving.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're
Oh.
good. You can start your turns. None of them are going to reach you quite yet.
I wanted to let the other two players know there's an action that you can use called covering fire. So basically, you set up an area within range, and when any enemy enters into that area, you can make an attack against it with disadvantage against them. So if we have a lot incoming, it might be a good idea to do covering fire. There's a couple other actions that might work here, like taking cover, especially for you. So sorry, please continue. I just
Taking
wanted
cover
to help
and-
my.
No, that's fine. And you can always hide too if you find a spot to hide, or Reckless Abandon has cloaking, so basically you can hide anywhere. It just takes the test to do that.
Page 19 of the book has all the actions on it.
Oh yeah,
or the
or
rules reference in Foundry.
The other thing we didn't factor for me last time was my advantage from my hollow emitters. They're admitting to what I did.
Okay. So go ahead and make a test for that, because I don't think you did before, did you?
Yeah, I believe I did, but I'll do it again to reactivate them.
Okay. Well, at this point, that's going to take another action. Let me scroll back up. I think you had failed on that test, right? No, you got one success. Okay, so we'll count that as an automatic distraction sort of thing there for that one. So
Well, I mean, I
those-
already killed him, so I'm fine with that one being a
Okay.
wash. But I'll roll to do it again, since you said it's going to be a minute before they get to us.
All right. So it says for the holographic emitters, make a test. You succeed. Your next attack gains advantage. Nice.
Wow.
Next attack gains advantage.
Gain that advantage, baby.
And you have one
Hands
more
Look that
action.
body.
Fuck.
One more
Look at that
action,
body.
then I'm gonna move up right next to him.
Okay. Who's next?
So, you want me to? Where, Reckless? Where are you heading?
I'm heading northeast towards the hole.
I don't know if I'd advise against that. I'm starting to pick up some targets on visual. I need to be close enough to you to freaking jet on over there.
Well, your call, boss. You want us heading up, or you want us on your ass?
Let's make sure we keep. Let's post up here while we take out these little guys. All right, we got recover advantage right here that we can keep them from using. They got to basically split up. I'm going to take a move backwards, and then I'm going to set up an overwatch on the back here behind us in case they try to creep up. So if you're going to move forward, don't go too far.
Understood. Gecko, I'm gonna move just a little bit southeast here on the north end of the rocks.
Copy that.
All right, so GM, I'm moving up to this position right here for
Okay.
my move action. 2, 3, 4, 5. And so my overwatch, so my second action, I'm going to use the covering fire is basically the arc of the visual arc I have.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can see that, but basically it starts here. You
Yeah.
can see my measurements, right?
Yep.
So basically it's this right here
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
with the arm cannon.
All right. And Reckless Abandon, what are you doing?
All right, so I'm actually going to where did it go? I'm moving up to these set of rocks here, and I'm gonna for my second one, I'm just gonna start using the take cover.
Okay. You can move 125.
Yep.
It's 5 spaces.
There it is. Okay.
All right, so the taking cover action, you declare a direction, and all enemy attacks from that direction gain disadvantage until the start of your next turn.
You see it? This direction.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
All right, boys, I just moved up. I'm behind a set of rocks.
Okay. And now for the enemy turns.
One hour later.
Yep.
Hey Gecko, can you explain to me how your rocket pods work?
They are pods and they shoot rockets.
Reach across the stream and slap you in the mouth.
It is a massive burst of low-yield missiles. I perform up to 2 D3 proficient light range tests. If more than 3 attacks hit, it costs me fuel. So basically, I roll to see how many hits I make with the rockets.
Maybe you should send out some of them rockets this next round, huh? You got an advantage. They don't see you.
So, like, can we tell GM, is it just the fish that are interested in us, or can we tell that these other creatures kind of notice us?
You can see a lot of commotion up around the mouth of the cave, a lot more than you were seeing before.
But I can't quite tell that it's based on us, but assume it is, maybe, or...
It's good to assume, yeah, because you see a lot of things kind of moving towards your direction, this side of the cave, kind of like fortifying that area. You should be able to see
Yeah.
all of them moving. This nearest school of fish gets right up on you again, reckless abandon, and you experience the same thing. Starting to kind of block some of your aiming systems and things. You're able to see, but stuff's getting distorted.
They're back on me again. They must like the heat or the electricity or something.
You are the absolute worst stealth mech I have ever seen in my goddamn life, Reckless.
Listen, it's all your stomping. It lets them know they're here.
They should be coming towards me then, huh, Brain?
All right, you guys are up again.
This is gonna sound weird.
Here we go.
And I don't know how exactly.
It's gonna sound weird, but these are some
Does it
fish.
take a while for the mechs to shut down and turn back on? Is that a long process?
Yes, and the core inside is
quick.
never truly off. There's always a signature from it.
Okay, well, that takes that idea out. All right, I'm just gonna be doing some light melee. I'm just looking up at. I'm swinging my arms kind of left and right to try and hit these things.
Okay.
Man.
Unable to get any of them, but you have 2 actions.
I'm gonna try and focus on them here, and then do something next round.
Okay. Who's next?
I will. So I already have an advantage. So I'm gonna shoot rockets at this school north of me.
Okay.
Can he with that rocket thing, can he roll that 2D whatever 2D6 to find out his number of attacks first and then pick different targets, or is it only a single target?
I would think I would target first, but
Perform up to 2. Yeah, it's different targets. Perform up to 2d3 proficient light ranged attack tests.
So you can do your 2D3 and then that tells you your number of attacks, and then you can pick more than just that one target.
Yep.
All right, yeah, if that's permissible.
Here's your one chance, Yancey, don't let me down.
Oh wow, what a
Damn.
reference!
So you get 6 proficient light ranged attack tests, and it says if more than
Yeah, I'll
3
have to roll
attacks hit,
fuel.
spend 1d3 fuel. Yep.
You know, that's a song about putting you out for
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. What a reference!
well, that was Preacher, so
I don't. Oh, I was gonna say I don't get a lot of people referencing Orville Pecker.
Reva. Wow, 6 attacks, bro. Are they all at advantage there, GM? What?
Proficient, just standard.
Only 1 fuel.
I think
Well, you
got
haven't
a
made
hit.
the attacks.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta
haven't
hit
hit yet, buddy.
Oh, well then ignore that roll. So I get 6. Now wait, you say I haven't made the attacks. I have to re-roll them to see if they hit?
You have to roll 6 attacks. That's
You're
just,
basically
you
firing
roll
off
for how many
6
missiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess I'll actually start by shooting the fish around him.
Okay. Good roll.
Wow.
Now
Tell
is
me what
that 1
happens to
hit or
those.
would that be 2?
It's 1. That's 1 missile. So, but that takes out all of them. Tell me what happens to them.
So he swats at him, he fails, and then he stops and he's like he's doing his focus, and then I shoot the rocket right in front of, like right across his nose, so that it blows up in front of him, and the effects of it hit the fish right as they're passing in front. So they're kind of like spinning around him. Missile shoots past, blam, right when they're between the missile and him.
All right. So there's a nice little shockwave right there, and all those fish turn to mist, and the ones that don't get directly hit are blasted away from that.
And
they're
when that
all dead.
happens, I get a nice light show, so it kind of staggers me a little bit, you know. So you see you see Reckless Abandon kind of take a step back and bring its arms up and say, "Gecko, thanks for the fucking light show."
You got 5 more missiles. Where are they going?
Come on.
So next one's at the group I noted before.
Sorry, hang on 1 second. Is the stream looking okay to you guys? Because on my OBS it looks frozen.
No,
It's moving for me.
It's moving, but I keep having to refresh because I slow down somehow.
So
Yeah,
my
no,
preview's
I
just
just-
messed up.
Preach, you getting any issues?
Oh, now I'm buffering. Nope, looks like it's working. Just needs buffering.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I
there
just
it's good
buffed
now.
it.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead. 5 more. So
Woo.
that's at the northern one here. You can ping.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Tell me about their death.
I don't know how do I ping? So this
long
one,
press and hold.
Just click and hold.
Yeah.
this one I just shoot the second, and this is a pack. By the way, my missile shooter is like a giant. It looks like a backpack on my humanoid mech. So I'm kind of like hunching forward a little bit, and the rocket shoots over my shoulder, goes down in the middle of the schoolfish and blam, and just shoots chum everywhere.
Nice.
Fucking wham!
And here for the players, in case you haven't gotten to see a detailed picture of it, that's the rocket pods he was talking about.
Yeah, Ryan.
There it is. Look at that guy. There's the gecko.
I wonder if this
Shout out to
works.
the artist.
Nope.
Yeah.
That doesn't work anymore. I got to update all the bot stuff.
All right, 4 more missiles.
4
So
more
that's-
missiles.
2 hits so far.
Please.
You may fire when ready.
So then this school over here,
Okay.
oh, I haven't been rolling at advantage. Does each one get advantage?
No, it's
Because of my-
proficient, which is a standard test.
Yeah,
Because
but
of
I
his
have my
hollow.
hollow emitters.
Oh yeah.
It was advantage
Uh,
on my next attack.
Yeah, so you can just roll advantage on this one if you want to.
Will I only get it on one of my missiles or all of them?
Yeah, just one, because each one is considered an individual attack, and it says just your next attack.
Okay.
There you go. And another school dead.
Yeah, same as the last. I shoot off another missile, goes over my head. It shoots over that rock and blam, center of mass, chums them.
All right, so that's you got
3.
how many? 3 more.
You said we could tell that these do short range attack, or yeah, you said
Yeah.
short range attacks, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shoot the next missile at that guy.
Okay.
So I shoot. It goes off to the side. It misses. It just kind of hits the ground and explodes.
All
And
right.
I'll aim for him again.
Black.
This one, after I recalculate after my last one, this one hits right on, and it's a little barnacle mouth.
All right, and that one,
Barnacle mouth.
last piece is off of it, but it's still partially there.
Then my last
moving
missile,
around.
I would shoot at it again.
Okay.
Gosh darn it! When I hit you, stay down. Shoot my last missile. But I miss again.
There's no.
This time I overcompensated and missed in the opposite direction.
All right, and so you do use some fuel. You already rolled for that, so you lose the 1 fuel because of the how many hits you got.
Okay, I'll adjust that.
All right. Who's up next?
I think it's me, yeah? Or you haven't gone yet this round, have you? There.
No.
No,
did.
not yet.
Just
Yeah, you
old
did, 'cause
gecko.
you-
Oh, I
Remember
was the
you-
first one. Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
you
you
had
were
your 5 missiles. That's why it took so long. Yeah, I've gone.
Yep.
All right, so
Don't feel
seeing the waist high ones. I mean, is it waist high for me or for them? I see these guys running forward. So I'm a pretty big guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of see that. I turn and I spin the mech around and I start lumbering forward. And as I'm lumbering forward, I raise up that arm cannon and start blasting as I move forward at this guy right here.
Okay.
So, anyways,
started blasting, right? And I guess running on this uneven ground, and Lake Erie's getting that arm kind of moving. I'm shooting over a plasma shit, and it's just they all just go wide all over the place.
All right, reckless abandon.
He went.
yeah, I went. So we're at the top.
Oh,
you're
yeah,
up.
you're right. Okay. All right. So quite a few of those swarms of fish have been killed now.
Just save you a little bit of time now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Come on, man. I love stomping them, but you got to get in the game too.
Well, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing over there, Yancey. You're taking them out at long range. Let them get close. Let them get close. But reckless. Are you just recklessly abandoning any like attacks? Or are you just gonna stand there and watch your dick get smaller? What are you doing over there?
You're muted.
You're reckless.
So I was having communication there.
abandoned
Those fish really messed up with some stuff. No, I don't know what it was, man. I couldn't see.
I'm gonna put
got
you on your tombstone. Fucked up by fish.
You have fish guts in your radar dish. Come on now.
So this one here that you just shot at, it's running forward and it gets a little lift. There's your shots that you fired kind of spatter all around it. Some of that organic material it's on starts breaking up, and it reaches down and grabs something out of all that coral and picks it up, and it looks like it's attached to his arm, holds it forward and blasts off like this big spike that comes out of it.
As I see that, I buckle down behind the shield.
And it smashes against the shield and just absolutely explodes everywhere. Does no damage to you at all.
Stand back up and it's yeah.
So that answers your question. They definitely know you're here, and they're moving into attack.
Here lies RA, reckless abandon, battered and fried. Creature's got the best jokes this entire stream.
This one here does
I
something
hope it's
similar.
spearhead.
It jumps up and swims up over top of this barnacle here and aims some sort of weird organic weaponry at reckless abandon and launches off another spike.
Now he had set up to protect from that direction.
So it's what, a disadvantage for you then?
I think it gives you a roll, doesn't it?
Let me see. I think that's
Start
how
of
many turns
next
does that
turn
last?
until the start
Yeah.
of your next turn. So he did the cover and then
So it
Then I did
doesn't
a
apply yet.
focus later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
until the start of your next turn is what it said. So.
If it was a taller rock like these big ones back here that actually block your view and everything, I'd say it's automatic cover. But
So he's at a disadvantage shooting.
no,
it's-
because it was 2 turns ago.
Remember, he spent the turn trying to clear off the fish and he didn't, and then he focused.
Oh,
And he
okay.
failed. Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
out of cover.
I'm tracking. Mhm.
Good looking out for the team, though, buddy.
Potted meat. He's just a
Couple
boy.
more tokens to move, and then you guys can actually start taking your turn now.
Shouldn't have done that.
Well, you want to get into this, Reckless, or what?
Yeah, I'm itching to get in this fucking fight, y'all.
Do
So
it.
far,
Save
you've
some
been
for
less
me.
than reckless, but you have abandoned attacking.
You just hear like a mic click.
The equivalent
When
of
Gecko
slamming
does that.
a phone.
Yeah, he just is like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
as
after you click your mic, he goes, mm-hmm. I wasn't Sling Blade before, but Preacher herded me into being Sling Blade.
Nice. So I'm gonna focus on this dude here, and then I'm gonna attack with my
You
my
already
rapid
focused
fire
last
lasers.
turn, so you can just go ahead and attack.
Okay, then I'm gonna be firing off the rapid fire lasers.
Ooh, what is that?
Rapid fire
It's
lasers.
5:28 p.m. according to your.
So they are a massive burst of multiple lasers, and I perform up to 3 light ranged attack tests with disadvantage. For each one that hits, I make an extra light ranged attack test with a disadvantage. So would the focus kind of get rid of that disadvantage then?
No, because of what I was talking about earlier, how disadvantage always overrules any other bonuses.
Okay. So yeah, if you show my token on his wrists, he's got Reckless Abandon has 3 laser pods on each side, so he can just throw them out there and just unleash the fury.
Yeah. Man, there's so much detail in these tokens. They're so cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize till I zoomed in on that green
Okay,
group
there you
that
It kind of reminds me of District 9. His
Oh,
mech.
yeah.
now he has to
Alright.
talk like Wiggis.
No. All right, so I'm rolling disadvantage, right?
Hey, what's going
Yep.
on here?
Up to
90d6
3 light
disadvantage?
range attacks. Yeah, up to 3 light ranged attacks, and each one that hits, you can make an extra one.
All right, so I'll do 1 and 2. What the shit, over? 3.
Over.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wait.
Well, you
The
didn't
first one
use
hits.
any.
Because of focus, remember? We messed
Oh,
it up
4,
again
5, and
because
6.
remember focus. Yeah. Yep.
We're learning.
So you can roll another one.
All right.
Blast him. Bam.
Nice.
You can roll
So
another
anyway,
Ping again which
anyway-
one that was.
Right up here. This guy. Or Wolf Song. Yeah.
All right. Tell me what happens. He's not dead, but tell me what you do.
What? Question: doesn't he get to go again?
No, that
He
was
did.
that last one I just rolled.
Yeah,
He-
but
he
I mean,
gets
I
one
still
more
have my
action.
other attack. Yeah.
every time you get to do another one. Every time you is that how it works?
No, it's just
Okay,
that
so-
one extra. So potentially
Okay.
6.
Got
Would
it.
I still have my second action then too, since that's my first?
Yes.
blast.
Okay. So, once I see that shit and it hits his shield, I'm kind of getting pings on my radar. Reckless Abandon steps outside and just thrusts his fist forward, and the mech locks on to the area where this thing is, and just all around me, the entire thing just lights up red as these red bolts just start shooting out all from my wrist, and then it hits him. And GM, you tell me kind of damage it does to this guy.
He's
Or
almost
are
dead.
you-
You blast those 2 that hit, blast giant holes straight through him, and he's like hunched over, still trying to aim his gun at you.
So as soon as that happens again, I'm saying, "All right, motherfuckers, you wanted me in this fight," and I'm doing it again.
Well, it's about fucking time. And GM, can I ask a question? And
Yep.
not as a not a rules lawyering question, not a questioning your authority kind of question. I want to get what your take on this is. It says for each one that hits, you make an extra light ranged attack test with disadvantage with the same benefit.
You're right. I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay, so he could have rolled another. Okay,
yeah, you can
right?
roll one.
You want me to
Roll
do
one
that
more.
real
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
I
So
again
potentially
not-
with this ability, you can just keep rolling until you don't.
Hey,
I
I just kept
guess.
blasting him.
it's a new
So
game.
I just kept blasting. So
Sorry,
there's
again, wasn't
New game. It's a new
trying to
game.
override or anything. Just
We're learning.
trying to be polite and ask where your interpretation was.
Yeah, no,
and if
we're
it's said
good.
the other way, that's your prerogative, buddy.
If you
Another
apologize one more time, you don't get to talk ever again.
Dude,
That's
I've been
another hit.
GM for so fucking long. Like, and when it's like,
Be free, child. Be
I just
free.
know what it's like to be in that spot.
Yeah, you already said.
What happens with that last laser is it kills your target.
So as I'm just holding this thing out and these bolts are just shooting away, and you can see, even though this lake is murky and filled with shit and mud and everything else, the red laser bolts, they light it up. So you do see it hitting this thing, and eventually you just see one final bolt go straight into where its head is, and just before it goes dark, you see its head just go.
All right, and you get another attack.
One down, boys. And I'm just gonna keep firing in that same direction next to this little pack.
Okay.
That's right above it.
Damn, you're still going.
So anyway, I started blasting. All right, there we go.
That was your
Those
first
ones are
attack
dead,
still,
too.
right?
No, that was my second.
Okay.
That's
Right.
your first attack. You still
Oh, it
keep
is
getting
still my first
successes.
attack?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So that first, I'm still holding them up. So I'm just holding it up because I could see them coming up behind it, and so I'm just still holding my fists out as those lasers just engulf that little massive group behind
Right.
it.
And that laser engulfs all of them, and they all just basically turn to mist, and that you scorch that spot of the living growth that's there. And then you turn off the blasters, and there's steam rising and bubbling around your blasters, but you have one more action still.
That's how it's done, gentlemen. I'm
I
warmed
just
up
want to
now.
say,
Congratulations. You
description
killed some
and going
fish.
like this. I'm picturing the mechs from the third Matrix.
Oh, where he's like, knuckle up.
Knuckle up. Reload.
Congrats. We'll see if we got a fish stamp once we get back to base.
Now he's in the
Don't be
fire.
jealous. I'll save some for you, buddy.
Alright.
And I see the other three coming our direction, directly to the east, and I shift that direction, and I'm again firing those rapid fire lasers.
Okay, go ahead and ping which one you're targeting.
Green man.
Okay. So first one misses, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get 3. That's right.
Yep.
Fuck. Uh-oh. And the third one. Third one hits. Going again. Man.
All right, so one of
All
those lasers blasts a decent sized hole in that one, but he doesn't seem too affected by it.
So just as the group to the northeast dissipates and turns into chum, I kind of shift my mech this way and give my scanners a second to find what I'm looking for. And again, it's another volley of red bolts just gets sent down the lake, and I do see them hit in there, but I do see that they're still coming. They're still coming, boys.
All right, and now up to everyone else.
After you, Hades.
I am going to focus and then fire missiles again.
All right.
Blast him.
And then, so that focus is saved until I'm rolling an attack, right? So I'll roll my how many missiles first, right?
Yeah. So your first missile attack will have focus, only the first one.
Okay. Just making sure here. Perform up to 2d3. 2d3.
Damn. Okay.
That's right. When I missiles, I shoot all the missiles.
You fucking fire all the missiles.
So first shot's at this barnacle again.
Okay.
I lean forward, kind of let the missile shoot overhead.
It's focus.
Yeah, focus doesn't give you a third die, but either way, that would have hit. So,
Oh, sorry. I thought it gave advantage.
No, it's your normal successes are on 6 and 5. If you focus, it's on 4, 5, 6.
So either way, I would still have 2 successes.
so that barnacle, your missile slams into it, and it just explodes, and there's chunks of flesh that go flying all over the place, and there's now just a hole there in that organic floor.
All right. So my next shot.
Yancey, I got one
Oops.
to my 3 o'clock.
Oh, I can't even see that. Can I shoot if I can't see it?
With disadvantage, I'll let you hit that one.
Don't sweat it if you can't get it. Focus on something you can see.
I'm rolling with disadvantage, right? That's what you meant.
Yes.
Oh, blast him!
So he gave me good direction. So around it shot out to the left, and then it came back around the rock, and then blam.
Nice.
Perfect, man. Well placed.
Four more.
So all he gets out is he's still shooting his rockets off.
I
Warmed
imagine
up
him
now.
actually in there, hunched over, going like he's taking shit.
Hey, it's the thing that's bent over, not him.
Well, I
Of
mean,
course, I guess he'd still kind of be angling forward. Who was Kane shooting at? Was it this guy?
These
Green, yeah,
guys
by the mushroom.
over here. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna shoot at this guy next.
Okay. All right, that hits.
Nice.
Is he down or still up?
He's still up. Blast some chunks off of him, but he's still moving.
So I chunk him and shoot the same direction.
All right. Second missile almost brings him to his knees, but he's still standing.
So he's still hanging on. I shoot another at him. I miss. I'll shoot my last one at him.
And that one will kill him. Tell me how he dies.
So I'm shooting missiles at multiple targets. I blow up a barnacle. I blow up whatever he indicated to me around the corner. And then I see this guy lurching forward. I shoot a missile, blam, I hit him in the gut, and he recoils. I shoot another missile, I hit him in the hip. He recoils again, and I'm like, frick, he's still up. Shoot another one at him. It goes right over his shoulder, and I'm like, I'm getting you. I shoot the last one. It hits him kind of center of mass, and he just is blown apart and chunked, and then his corpse is kind of floating off to the side.
I'm gonna get you.
All right, so you have to make your fuel check now, 1d3.
Man, Yancey is fucking
Good rolls.
killing it today.
All right, and that was only one action, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or no, you
No,
focused.
I focused first,
Yeah.
so that's
Oh,
what.
that's right.
All right, Canis Vengeance, you are up.
So, Canis Vengeance, with that school of fish murderated to his 3 o'clock, it starts lumbering forward. 1, 2, 3. Do I need to have this rock in between me to take advantage of take cover, or can I say that I'm running forward and kind of ducking down behind my shield as cover?
Yeah, cover is, you can basically take it anywhere unless I say otherwise.
So, with them just killing it long range, I realized that I need to do my job and kind of start to rush forward. My mech is actually kind of pushing me to do so, even if I'm not wanting to. So I'm starting to run forward, and as I realize I'm not going to reach anybody, I kind of do that kneel down and duck behind the shield and have my plasma sword ready to go. So I'm using the take cover action as my second one.
Okay. All right, that's all of you guys. And here comes some fish.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We
Swim, we swim.
This guy rushes forward, more organic weaponry. This guy's got 2 of these barnacle-looking cannons on each hand, and he's just running towards you, trying to blast at you. Canis
Blast 'em.
Vengeance.
Do it.
All right, and there's these organic-looking projectiles just landing all over you, sending up weird clouds of, like, looks like spores or something. None of them hit.
I don't even flinch. Just sitting there, dunk, 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 dunk.
Your mother was a spore.
A barnacle.
This one does.
Sorry, go ahead.
This one does the same thing. He's carrying something with 2 hands that's held under him. Almost looks like a coral,
shit.
a minigun made out of coral, and it starts launching spikes at you.
I think we're in an Aquaman movie.
And they just hit your shield and just shatter all over the place. These projectiles look nasty and sharp, but they can't penetrate your shield.
So did you say he was carrying it with two hands?
Yes.
So I would kind of register that as I bring the shield around and call out, Iron Fury, mark this target.
Copy that, Canis Vengeance. Muted.
Copy 1 to stomp.
One hand stomp beyond.
Hot meat. I'm gonna eat him like a French fried potato.
Big fried taters.
Shouldn't have done that. He's just a boy.
All right. Go ahead and start taking your turns.
Before I shoot,
right.
I say, I mean to kill you.
So this is gonna sound weird since I'm kind of behind this rock and they're charging forward. I'm using my what do you call them? My flight engines to push me up in the water. So I'm now up above the rocks. I'm up above Canis Vengeance, so I can see these things coming down. So the way I want to time it is, and I don't know how this works in game in terms of the mechanics, since we're kind of in a bit of a 3D space with water. The idea is coming up, I'm pointing my lasers at the one he had marked, I'm firing the volley, and as soon as my volley's done, I'm cutting those engines so I sink back down.
Are you saying what I think you're saying? I'm a firing.
I'm lasers.
A mediocre nightmare.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. That's fine.
Okay. So the move will be my first attack or my first action, and then the second one will be the lasers.
Okay.
Nice.
Hold on. We'll keep track of that.
Yep.
No. No. So I get one more.
Yep.
Bam. It's all right.
All right. 1 laser hits.
Yeah, it was Mr. Blue.
I'm blue.
Dabba dee, dabba die.
Say that was a mediocre attempt. Fire
So-
off my rockets.
Yeah. So Reckless Abandon floats up, and the second he floats up and has actual eyes on target, he once again volleys off those rapid lasers, and he can be heard over the comms. Death from above, bitches! And the red bolts fire out, and as soon as the red bolts stop, he sinks back in behind the rock.
This is why I hate scout mechs. Bunch of gymnastics and shit.
That's why you don't try to look cool. Doesn't work out.
Who's next?
I can hold my lasers for you there, bub.
I'm a fire in my rockets.
Give me that rocket roll.
Give me that beautiful beam footage.
Roll that beautiful bean rockets. Ooh, bean cannon? Can we have bean cannons?
Does the beams
Sure.
get flicked?
Only 3 this time. But first one's at our marked target here.
Okay. Miss.
Fire again. And my third.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know.
So all the luck I was having ran out.
Well, you don't have to spend any fuel at least.
Yeah.
So I'll
Fire
say
up again.
I accidentally put too much pressure on the trigger, and pew pew pew, 3 missiles shoot out, and pew pew pew, they land around him to no effect. So I'll take my next attack and do rocket skin.
Fuck. I am so boned.
You got this.
Well,
Look
we got
at fricassee.
three fish coming up on me right now.
So
3 more.
Don't
rockets.
act like that's not what you wanted, boss.
same
I
part.
want these guys to come up on me. I don't want the fish.
There you go.
There.
Yay! So I'm getting frustrated. I shoot 2 more. They both miss. And finally, I close one eye. I'm targeting him. I shoot off my last missile that I can, and it splatters him in the gut.
All right. And
He's
he
still-
is dead.
So I get him in the gut. I splatter, and it just chunks out his whole midsection. So he's still mostly there, but it deactivated him. He doesn't have enough internals left to keep him moving, and he falls forward and is dead.
And then last, we've got Canis Vengeance. Still got two actions to take.
2 actions. So on the first one, I kind of peek back up over the shield and see that the main target that I was worried about is taken down. I level out that plasma sword with its blaster on top, and I shoot at this school of fish right here.
All right. Roll it.
Oh, and a dice
And
from
you-
Forloth. Thank you,
Yeah, you-
Forloth.
Thank you, Forloth. You're awesome, buddy. Blast them. So, dead, alive, it's still there.
They're dead.
So, just once again, just as a mighty man once said, it just completely chums them, right? Just 50 cal bullets just ripping through there. I see the other 2 groups coming, and I see these other kind of creatures moving forward, wanting to be in the front, exactly where I want to be to help protect my squad. I kind of hunker down back in that shield again, and I know that bad things are probably going to happen as these things approach, but that's what I'm here for, is to start taking some of the brunt of this damage. So I'm
All right.
using my second action to take cover.
Okay.
GM, real quick.
Yeah.
These things coming at him. He's giant. He's massive. He's like what, 200 feet tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is their size compared to him?
Who knows?
These ones here, these bigger ones, they're maybe 100
Yeah.
feet tall.
Okay.
They're big.
Yeah.
These other ones, these little tiny swarms, those are kind of like human size, maybe a little bit taller than a human,
We just step on him and keep going.
pretty much. Like I said, they might slow you down a little bit, but that's about all they can do. Oh. This one's right in front of you.
The stuff that's happening is exactly what I want to happen. What was that fucking juddery run?
It's just I don't know why it shot up that way, though. I meant to put him there.
He's zomboid.
All right, so he's running forward, still just blasting off these organic weaponry at you.
Do it.
Do it, you won't.
I want him
Okay.
to. That's what I'm here for. I earned my way into Canis Vengeance, baby.
I'm here for it, man. Are you from the Canary Islands?
Maybe.
You know the Canary Islands are named for their dogs, not their birds, right?
The more you know.
This guy back here, let me ping you to him. He's hiding behind, these look like ruins. They don't look like natural rock formations, some sort of ruins. He's got, basically looks like a giant rifle made out of a whole bunch of like organic coral and stuff that's like attached to the ground below him. And he
organic turret. Oh my
Yep.
god, sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't help it.
He aims that at Canis Vengeance and lets it rip.
Now, are
And
you sure the
misses.
ruins aren't like the former the flats or the agora or anything like that? You know, maybe at the bottom.
It's actually a stage where Bone
Maybe.
Thugs and Harmony performed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, yeah, that could be it.
Nice.
He made it from the Kitchigumi over to Erie.
You don't know. Maybe they
What
brought it.
happened there, GM? What happened?
And where?
Didn't you just try to blast me?
Oh yeah, I said he missed.
Yeah, he's goddamn right he did.
He fired a mediocre employee.
Sure he's worshiping Dagon, or is he worshiping Dragon?
Dragon, yo.
That's
nuts
why
on
it's-
his chin.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, that's why his prayers weren't being heard. He mispronounced it.
Oh, what? No, I'm right here. No, I am right. Look how close I am. I'm big. I'm 200 fucking feet tall. I got 2 midgets behind me.
Yeah, but you're not blasting off rockets everywhere.
But I miss. Oh god.
This is the
They're
GM.
lasers.
This is the
Thank
GM
you,
guys are
trying
awesome.
to mitigate
Fish.
like fucking OP weapons.
That's why he added so many enemies.
Oh yeah, baby.
You're up though.
After you, gentlemen.
I
Don't worry about me. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself.
Yins,
Yins.
I'll go first since I see these things coming at me.
come at me, bro.
The first thing I want to do is
Don't tease me.
Don't tease me, bro.
I'm gonna be setting my evasive servos up to evade these things if they come in on me. So it's gonna be evade, but I'm gonna wait until they attack, right?
That's going to be an evade action.
Okay.
Or if you're using, I think you have agile dodge, don't you? Or no, that's not you.
I have.
No, it's called evasive servos, quick motor response threads designed to move my mech out of harm's way, and I get an
It just
extra
makes
dice
it-
during evade.
Yep. So you have to just basically declare an evade action now, and then,
Yeah.
you're good.
So that'll be my first action. My second action is going to be to laser over those guys.
I'm a firing.
One,
Okay.
2, 3, and I get one more right out of one.
What am
They
I?
are dead from that first one though, so I'll let you change targets
Okay,
if
yeah.
you hit. Okay.
No, I didn't have any. I would have, but I didn't. So once I can see them incoming on my mech's heads-up display, and then the radar, it's telling me you got incoming on both sides. So I'm setting up my servos to basically prime themselves in case I get attacked. And as I'm doing that, I raised up one arm in their direction and I fired off a volley of lasers and watched them just disintegrate into the water.
All right. Who's next?
That'd be me. I'm gonna fire off some more rockets, draw some more fishes. I get 5.
Five.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now 1.
Something's wrong with
I
me?
shoot the
Nothing's wrong
skull
with me.
first.
That's what I said.
Something's got to give.
2.
Un
Those are
success.
some dead fishes.
Blam, center of mass, blow them apart, chum them. I chum them in the water. The sharks will be here later. And I'll shoot this skull in front of Wolf here. I'm sorry, Canis Mechanicus Aurelius.
Canis Mechanicus
Maximus Canimus Meridius.
And I missed.
General of the armies of the north.
I shoot again. That one should hit, I hope.
More
Success.
chum.
Chummed him up.
Poor chum.
Canis
Poor chum, leather belt.
Canis Chummus.
Good shot, Yancey. Go further out. I got this one in front of me.
All right. Then I'll shoot the one with the gun. The mounted mechano gun.
Disadvantage
mount
on that one because he's taking cover.
Cappy.
He's in a mount me hat.
And I'll shoot my last. Wait.
Yeah, you got one more.
Last one of that round at him as well.
No good.
Okay. Second action, I'm gonna do rockets again.
So many rockets. And you only hit 2 that time, right? So you didn't have to roll for fucking fuel.
Correct.
Hell yeah.
4.
Mental note. Fuel for fucking rocket pods equals best.
Yes. Hey, I've got plenty of fuel.
I know.
I'll shoot this school here.
Okay.
Once more again.
Once more into the fray.
Chump.
So the last good fight that you'll ever know.
And then I'll shoot at this dude again.
All right. All attacks against him are going to be disadvantage.
You're disadvantaged.
Whoa.
Thanks.
Whoa.
And yeah, my last one, I'll shoot at him again.
Okay. No good. You're hitting the ruins all around him.
Yeah, my rockets are shooting up those Roman columns at the bottom of Lake Erie.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's me, yeah?
Yeah, it is.
So with all the rockets going overhead again, I come back up, stand up to full 200 feet of Rawled Knight chassis, and I give the GM the thing that he's always wanted, is not to have a disadvantaged roll against me. So I go rushing forward with my plasma sword, my big glowy sword, pulling back. And as I'm coming up, I have the shield in front of me, and I'm bellowing as I go, "Ah!" Go to spear that thing square in the chest.
All right.
I hope you don't miss.
I hope.
Let's see that token artwork. Did I look at that shield?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, look at that, baby.
Look at that beast.
Girl, look at that
Just
body.
look at it.
Girl,
Just
look at
look.
that body.
Maybe you hit. Which weapon is that with?
That is with the big glowy sword, so heavy 2 + 1, so 3 damage.
Tell me how you kill it.
So I realize as I'm coming up to stab this thing in the gut that it's actually about half my height, and I kind of feel bad for picking on it. And so I'm like, we got to end this all right now, buddy. And so instead of feeling one of these, I just go straight down through its skull, almost hitting the ground with how long this thing is, and pull it out sideways, basically rendering it cut in half. And it's daggone guts float down to the bottom. And then I get ready to get fucking nailed to the wall. Let's do this.
Yeah, I can just picture that too. That scene, like you coming down, doing that, and then there's just like a mist of blood and guts that starts to settle around you, and you're just sitting there again with
Goddamn
your shield.
right.
All right, time to move some fish.
No. Fish are friends, not food.
Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We die.
Okay, so this guy back here with that organic turret sort of gun, he's gonna try and hit you, Canis.
And I try to bring it up and I'm not getting in cover, but I'm bringing it up in front of me.
All right. He's actually gonna focus first.
We'll focus these nuts.
That hits. 2 damage.
1 damage would be mitigated by the shield.
Yep.
So I end up that round. It kind of hits off of the edge of that massive shield of mine, and it slams into my legs, and you can kind of see a bunch of oil and this weird little kind of actually green bits. It looks very reminiscent of the blood of these things kind of spray out before it ends up sealing up on through damage repair. Not any automatic thing or anything like game wise, just flavor wise. Flavor Flav.
There's a lot of dead fish around here, so it's back to you guys again.
I'll go first. I am gonna shift my movement now, and I'm gonna move up here to the northeast for my first action. So that's gonna be right there. 1, 2, 3, 5. Oh, hip, hop,
Hip hop.
hip, hop, anonymous. All right, so once I get into position, I got a clear view of everything now that I'm not behind everything. So I'm looking around, and I see Shooter McGavin over there behind the ruins of the Agora.
Ruined.
So I'm gonna charge up my. Oh no, I have to.
You only got one more action.
I was rereading my charge cannon. If I take no other actions, I may make a heavy test with a disadvantage. So, help me understand that. So, if I don't take any other actions, I get to take this heavy ranged attack with a disadvantage. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah, it's just basically a big, heavy weapon, so you can't do anything except attack with that weapon this turn, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, no, that's what I was making sure. So because of that, I've already moved. So I'm just bringing up my arms again, and I'm firing off my rapid fire lasers at old Shooter McGavin.
All right, and he did not take cover this time, so just standard.
Okay.
Or wait, for that weapon,
No,
no,
it's
always
still
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I start running in my mech, and I'm moving up north, and reckless abandons shifting position north side of you, Canis. And once I get into position, I turn and I lock in on this green monster thing, bring him up, and I fire him off. And I do see one hit. Strike 1.
You burn off some of his fins.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. You ain't moving. Where you going? Nowhere.
Defend.
So that is my turn.
All right.
Abandon! Gotta spin.
All right, chums, let's do this.
I'm gonna jump you. More chum for the chum
All
grinder.
right, chum, let's do this.
Whose turn? Who's going next?
I'm gonna fire
Canis or
some
Gecko?
rockets.
I hate
You guys are
myself.
disgusting.
Hate my life. Oh, get some there, Gecko. I'm waiting to see because
Fiver. So
you
first
got
one,
a
I'm
fiver.
gonna shoot at this dude.
5 rock. All right.
I don't think you
Oh,
have to
you-
do it at disadvantage,
Yep. He did not take
Yeah,
cover
because
this
he's-
round.
punk ass bitch. Not you.
So
Him.
should I roll a second disadvantage to simulate 2 dice?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aw, look at you, Hades. You're so good at rules.
There you go.
Okay,
And
so
then 4
second
more
rocket.
standard.
Third rocket at him.
Nice.
2 success. I'm very successed.
Do you feel
So
successful?
success. I shoot him with a rocket. Blam.
This was a triumph.
I'm making a note here. 2 success.
This is the worst group you could have got together, Doug.
Worse than the best.
Well, I think it's the latter, definitely, but still, I mean,
All right, so where's he at after that rocket?
I'll let you know if he dies.
All right, I've got 2 more yet, so I'll shoot another at him.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
1 success.
He is almost dead. Oops, I didn't mean to mark dead. He's almost dead. You hit him with 2 of these rockets. It does quite a bit of damage. But then all of these other rockets that are hitting around him blast some of these pillars that all this rubble falls on him, and he's just too weak to climb his way out of it, so he's effectively dead.
That's right.
Effectively.
That's right. I buried him. So I'm gonna shoot some more rockets anyway.
So anyway, just
Started
fucking
launching
shoot
rockets.
So anyway, I keep blasting. And that was only 2 hits, so no fuel cost.
Yep.
Like 4 more rockets.
Oh my god, how many rockets did you carry in your little mini mech?
He's not mini. He's the average mech.
You're the striker class. You're the smallest.
No, you're the smallest. Fuck you.
Oh, sometimes.
They're magically
smallest in
constructed
other
as
ways.
he needs them.
That's right.
Good things come in small packages, okay?
I'm aiming for this barnacle now.
Okay.
Barnacles.
1 success.
Get
Blam. 1 success. Blam.
It explodes. Dies.
So, punch forward, shoot a rocket out of the pack, blam. I'm dead on. I hit it. I crack its shell, shoot another one, same spot, blows it apart. There's chitin everywhere.
Oh, you gonna use it as a shield?
2 more rockets. I'm gonna shoot these fishy mans.
Okay.
1 success. Chum 'em.
Yep.
And then I'll shoot this collective group of fish persons.
Okay. Dead.
Success.
Nice job.
So it's a writhing group of little fishy mans that are clamoring forward, hungry for blood. My rocket shoots off, smacks the lead one right in the face, knocks his head off his shoulders, explodes right behind his shoulders, and the shrapnel just kills his whole group.
Nice. And then you gotta
Good
make a
job.
fuel test.
Now, the only way we can refuel is going back to base, right? There's no way we can transfer.
Maybe
mech
there's
to mech
another
or
way.
anything.
We gotta wait. I have ideas on that. Okay.
As of
Are
right
we
now,
gonna
unless you
die?
find some other way, yes.
Yes.
3 fuel loss that time.
Wow.
Yep, made up for my other success.
I mean, it's fair, right?
All right,
So,
Canis, you haven't gone yet.
I'm having difficulty starting to control the mech. There's the whatever the being is that makes up the foundation of this thing is pulling me forward. So I managed to kind of wrangle a little bit of control in it, but for the most part, I'm moving forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's at that point that I start to kind of get a little bit of control back into it, because it's pulling at the reins. And I get that shield up in front of me again into a cover.
Okay.
So second is take cover.
All right. And so at that point, you realize that all of these smaller deep ones here, all the main threats have been destroyed. All these smaller ones start to run away, it looks like. They're all backing up.
No prisoners. Open fire immediately with the guns.
Yeah, you're effectively out of combat at this point, so you guys can kind of move around a little bit.
Oh, I blasted just straight. I'm following along.
Yeah, I'll unleash the fury with him.
I literally cannot control myself at this point. The minute that the enemy turns tail and runs, I am following without thinking because of the mech and how much combat I've been, and I am just running forward and just mowing them down as fast as I can.
And
There's a
I'm
note.
trying to keep up, but also communicate on the radio. Hang on 1 second. Drake, calm down, buddy.
And there's a number of them that manage to get into the cave before you either stomp on them or blast them apart. All of this coral and living growth around you is starting to turn gray and dull and start to chip away as you're firing things. What you're picking up there is absolutely a statue of Cthulhu.
And head cut off with the plasma sword. As soon as I get onto the approach, and I'm turning down to the hole, and it looks like I'm going to jump in.
As you're doing that, Reckless, I saw you moved up a little bit. Gecko, are you staying back there, or do you move forward at all?
I'd start moving forward.
Okay, go ahead and no one else move, but Gecko, you can move forward wherever you want to.
We get sucked in. We going down the hole. Going into your hole, baby.
Ooh.
Okay.
And apologies to my fellow players. I know that's not tactically the best idea, but
Dramatically.
Yeah, dramatically, it's a lot more fun.
So, you go on your rampage, you destroy that statue, and parts of it begin to tumble down in the cavern. There's nothing up here alive that you can tell, but Reckless Abandon, you're picking up still a lot of high energy signatures in and around the cave, and before you can really locate exactly where those are, you see some movement.
Game's fun.
And down here, what looked like was just a large rock formation is a massive crab that comes out of the ground.
People.
It's not very tall, but width and lengthwise, it's probably on par with the weight of Canis Vengeance.
Oh yeah.
It's like a burger should be. A big burger should be wider, not taller.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
So once that hits up on my on my radar and starts pinging, I get the alert and I'm shouting, Drake, you're south. You got a big ass fucking crab coming up on your drink.
So as I cut the head of the Cthulhu statue off and kind of look, stand over it, he gives that call out. The mech just immediately turns towards it almost without thinking, and it's on. It's like starting to run.
And Reckless Abandon, you realize that's not the only thing giving off that energy signature. There's something else, something bigger, and it's approaching fast out of that cave. And that's where we're gonna leave it off.
I wanted to jump into the cave.
I wanted to shoot rockets at the crab.
How did I shot web?
All right, so that's it for today. We'll pick up the next session 2 Tuesdays from now. I believe we're rotating every other Tuesday. Is going to be Star Trek, and then this until we finish the scenario anyways. So just wanted to go around. We'll do our typical, what do you think about the game and all that, whatever you want to say about your, what your pilot's going through. So we'll start with Drake Bauman.
So Drake's melded with Canis, and we've already kind of mentioned that Canis has this. It's a knight chassis. It's old, and it has this push to want to lead the pack, to defend the pack, to destroy the enemy. And if the enemy starts to run, it wants to do it. And sometimes Drake has a little bit of difficulty controlling it, particularly because of his, number one, he's been around for a while and he's dealt with the mental issues that's go on with these things, but also because it kind of matches his personality. And so now, honestly, it's going to be a real throw up unless one of the two can kind of talk him down. He literally might jump into that hole, basically sword first. Yeah, it might be a very short, like, let's make a new character before that game starts, but that very well could happen. I'm not even kidding. I do want to mention the game. First off, Seb, the fucking visuals are killer, dude. Like,
Thanks.
Just well done. The game you're running is cool. I like this. Maybe it's because I haven't been able to play for a while, but it's short, it's simple. All the rules are there and fast and ready, and you're hitting it quick. I mean, we just spent 2 hours in combat, and I didn't even see it go on. It was cool, man. Like,
Look
killer,
at the pile
well
of
done.
corpses.
Thank you.
Yeah, and fucking, I basically was running run, shield, and it was still a lot of fun. Okay, so keep it up. I'm looking forward to week after next. So thank you for doing this, and well, good looking map and good looking visuals, dude.
Thank you. And then we'll go to Yancey next.
Yancey was you know, the start of any mission is somewhat difficult. You're comfortable until you're not. You're always a little uncomfortable, and then the enemy hits. You don't know what to expect. So there was that anxiety at first, but then he started blowing fish up, and there was chum in the water, and he got lost. He was shooting those rockets left and right. He was blowing up these ungodly fish, and all of a sudden stuff started accelerating quicker than he could keep track of, you know. Bauman ran forward. He sliced up that statue. He's about to jump in, and then all of a sudden there's a giant crab, and Yancey's just fingers on triggers about to shoot rockets at this crab man.
Right. And so last, we'll hear from Kane Anders. Anders, did I get it wrong?
Anders. It's okay. It's all right.
Andre.
It's all right.
I'll remember next time.
Yeah.
Andre.
The S is silent. Reckless Abandon was off to a little bit of a slow start there. You know, I'm sure it's going to give the gents back at the locker room something to give him some shit about. So he knows that's coming. But more importantly, he wanted to get into the fight, and he found his groove, and he was glad he was able to get into that. And now his main goal is to talk Drake down from jumping into the dark abyss of the unknown, because on his radar, shit's popping up, and it's not Claudius here, and the size of it has him worried that he's just gonna drop right into this mouth of this thing, and it's just gonna be like, oh. And I'm just gonna keep going straight through it. Yeah,
Maybe.
Through the mouth and out the butthole with the sword, man.
And in terms of the game, this is a lot of fun, dude. Like Wolf said, I mean, we've been in combat since we dropped into the drink here, the mud waters of Lake Erie, and it went fast as hell. It was great. You kept it moving. It was exciting. Everybody's doing their part and stepping in, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, good job, Stealth Tech.
Thank you. Glad I could be hidden and remain hidden.
Wait to appraisal the situation before we attack.
All right. So that's it for today. We're gonna log off here. I did not get a raid going. If you guys happen to have something quick, we can pop up in a raid. But otherwise, I'm gonna put it on like an ending credit screen, and we'll figure that out. So if you're in chat, stick around for just a minute to see if we do that. Otherwise, thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate all the views and all the chat going on.
And the points from Forloth and Preacher.
Yes.
Or the rolls. Yes, the rolls.
And yeah, we'll see what happens next session. A lot of exciting stuff coming up in this game. So I don't have a good sign off for this game yet, so I will just see you later.
Will they defend the beautiful city of Cleveland?
Well,